Hi everyone. I wanted to make a video because I recently had a baby. She's now 5 months old and she is my second. I also have a 3-year-old son, and I wanted to make a video because the whole time when I was pregnant with my second, everybody else that we know who has 2 children or more was like 1 to 2. Going from 1 to 2 is so hard. It's so much harder from 0 to 1. It's so stressful. Good luck. You're not even gonna be able to think for a year. Everything's so difficult. And it can be difficult, but at this point, we were so scared going into this second child that it was difficult to not create our own reality with it. So, at this point, we're now 5 months in, as I said, and I wanted to go over just a list of top 10 tips of how to survive this first year of having 2 children. So the first tip that I have is to take one day at a time. If you're looking at the whole big picture, it's hard. If you're looking at what do I need to do right today, what do I need to do right this minute, even if you're taking 1 hour at a time, whatever it may be, don't look at the big picture of everything. The big picture is overwhelming. Second tip is don't be too attached to an agenda or a routine. I know every parenting book says stick to a routine. It's so good for kids, stick to a routine. And if you're someone who has any sort of postpartum anxiety or anger or just an anxious person in general, when that routine doesn't stick, it makes things go crazy for you and your brain, right? So we really want to try and not get too attached to that routine, too attached to that agenda, and have that flexibility, because that's what's going to make things work. I like my toddler in bed by 7:30, but if the baby wakes up at 7:25 and needs to breastfeed, toddler's not going to go to bed until 7:45, 8 o'clock. It's going to happen once in a while, and it's okay. So don't get too sold on that. It's good to be a little flexible, and it's good to teach your kids a little flexibility. And number 3 tip is to be okay with a mess. Everyone's got their level of messiness that they're okay with. And when you have your second child, it's going to go down a couple notches, how messy your house is. And you have to be okay with it, because if you're trying to keep your house exactly how you like it, it's going to be hard. So you have to be okay with that mess being a little less clean than you like for it to be. It's not going to be like that forever. It's just going to be like that for a little while. So you'll get back to where you want to be. But right now, you have to be okay with it. Number 4, learn to prioritize. Again, try not to get too stuck on that routine, but the baby needs to eat. The baby's diaper needs to be changed. The toddler needs some hugs and cuddles, like whatever it may be. Prioritize what needs to be done and make sure you're prioritizing both kids, not just the one that needs everything seemingly. So number 5 is try to stay positive. It's hard sometimes, but look at the positive aspect of what you're going through and not the negative aspect. Remember why you wanted to have 2 children. Remember what you love about each one of your kids, because if you're constantly focusing on what's difficult or hard, things are going to be difficult and hard. If you're constantly focusing on what is good and what you love, things are going to be good and you're going to love it. Number 6, do what you need to do to survive. So, if you're someone who said, I don't want my toddler having more than 45 minutes of screen time a day, but you're having a really hard day with the newborn or the infant, let your toddler watch a little bit more TV that day. It's okay. As long as this doesn't become your norm forever, it's going to be okay. If you need to have your toddler have a little bit more sugar one day because that's one way to get him to do something or her to do something that you really need him to do at that point, they're going to have a little bit more sugar, and it's okay. It doesn't make you a bad parent. It's okay. The next one is, whenever you can, for your toddler, don't blame the baby for anything that you can't do or that you are not able to do. Instead of saying, I have to feed the baby right now, I can't do that with you, say, Mama's hands are full, but I'll be with you in 1 minute. Why don't you get it ready for us? If we can't go to something that the toddler wants to go to, the zoo or something, for some reason, it's not the baby's fault. It's mom's. Mama doesn't think we can do that today. It's never going to be the baby's fault, and that's going to make a huge difference in their relationship in that first year. Number 8, don't expect the same experience with the second baby that you have with the first baby. It's going to be completely different. With your first baby, your attention was focused on the baby. With your second baby, your attention focused on the baby and the toddler and whatever else is going on. You still have a great relationship with the baby. It's just not going to be that same relationship. You're not going to have that same experience, and it's okay. Don't expect it. Number 9, find shortcuts for healthy eating or exercise or anything that's kind of important to you, and don't get too hung up on it. You're going to do your best. It's going to get better again as time goes on, but try to find those shortcuts. For me, I really found Trader Joe's that's by my house. They have so many pre-frozen stuff that you can kind of make a quick meal that's still healthy instead of chopping everything fresh. Try to find these shortcuts. And number 10, don't push big changes on your toddler, especially right at first when the baby's born. So if this is no more pacifier, potty training, changing from a crib to a big bed, try not to make these changes right before or after the baby comes. They're already going through a big change and it's already a lot. So really make sure that you're waiting until they're ready or until you feel like you've gotten something really established with newborn/baby. So these are our tips for today. If you have any comments or any other additional tips that you think would be helpful, please leave a comment below. Follow my channel, and thank you so much for joining me, and I hope you have a great day.